Alex, how are we doing today, and what did you think of the return to your pitching mound for one Brian Bayo?
Doing well, doing well. Obviously excited about Brian being back. He did a good job yesterday, maneuvering that first inning and giving us five. He ran into trouble a little bit at the end. He made some good pitches on Randy and got the strikeout. And for the first outing, 96, 97 pitches. I think that's what it was. It was more than enough and gave us a chance to win.
Hey, Alex, you're just early on, it's been, kind of much maligned. Triston Casas, he's had a couple big hits just in the last few games. He hits a 3-run homer in the 7th, opened things up last night. What was your message to him after the game yesterday?
Keep rolling, guys. Keep going. He's been grinding mechanic-wise. They've been working a few things. I don't know if people notice his stance was different than 2 days ago. It was more upright, very similar to 23. And, there's a kid that he dominates the strike zone, as you guys know. He's very patient. He swings at the right ones. But we want him to drive the ball. You cannot just be pleased with walking. This guy that we believe he can hit in the middle of the lineup, obviously giving him some breathing room, hitting in the bottom third. We got Buehler, who's swinging back great, hitting up there. But we believe in Christian, and when the process is the right one, and the process is swing at the strikes and do not chase, you're going to be okay. But mechanically, he's been a little bit off. He's been working hard with Peter and the group, and hopefully that swing yesterday is the beginning of something great.
Alex, it seems like Walker Buehler is starting to rediscover himself and hit a really great stride for the team. That's 2 quality starts in a row. The first was his longest start in 4 years, and then he goes 7 innings, giving up 1 run and striking out 9 the other day. How important is that, not only just for the rotation, perhaps with Houck struggling intermittently, but also the confidence in bringing him aboard?
No, this is a guy that he bet on the Red Sox. He bet on himself, right? He got a 1-year deal, and he wanted to pitch here. And we all know the potential, right? We all know what he's done throughout his career. Towards the end of last season, in October, the way he threw the ball was very intriguing. I'm glad that he's here with us. Pitchability comes into play, and at this level, when you have 3 different fastballs, you got the cutter, you got the sinker, you got the four-seamer, that's pretty tough to hit. As a hitter, you got to pick your poison, right, and you have to show conviction going after one. Imagine trying to hit 3, and it's very hard. And when he throws strikes, he's really good. The walks have been up there the last 2, but as far as like what he has done for us, it's been fun to watch. It's a good conversation. A lot goes into his outing. He knows his craft, and I'm very pleased with everything he's doing for us.
Red Sox manager Alex Cora here with us on WEEI Afternoons. Last year, near the end of the season, you talked a lot about how it was a young club and a lot of young players were getting experiences. I feel like the flip side of that was on display last night, the left side of your infield. Bregman gives you a couple doubles, and then that Trevor Story turn on the double play where he spins around, makes the play, and we can get to the replay aspect of that later. How foundationally productive, I guess, are those 2 players to sort of where you feel like this team is and where it's going?
Yeah, I think if you look at the lineup, and we've been moving Trevor within the 4th and 5th spot, depending on matchups and what the opposition has in the bullpen. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Even Willie. I mean, Willie, he's young, but he's a mature at bat, right? And I think the last 2 games have shown that you don't have to hit the ball at the ballpark to win games. Although, yeah, we got the big swing by Casas, but we worked the count, we took our walks, and then we put pressure on the opposition. It's a very athletic team that can run the bases well, and it starts right now with Rafi, man. Rafi is leading the league in walks. Who would have thought that, right? And we know Jarren's going to get going, but when you have mature bats that, you don't rush into it. You're not looking for results. You know the process, and you just want to hit the ball hard, it helps, and we're going to run into some good pitching staffs. Seattle is one of them. Then we go to Cleveland. They're really good. And then we go to Toronto, and you saw what they did to us. So slowing down the game is very important. I think we've done that offensively. I hope we get better defensively, and we should, right? Like, we're a lot – I mean, I think as far as, like, defensive run saves, we're top 3 in the league. As far errors. I don't like them, right? We lead in the league. But in all aspects of the game, when you have veterans that can help everybody else, you feel good as a manager.
Alex, watch Trevor Story. He's going into his fourth year in Boston here, and I don't know. My vibe is just from body language, watching him play, is like he's kind of feeling himself. Like he seems more relaxed, more confident. And you're laughing, so you know where I'm going.
I'm telling you, yeah.
I mean, do you see a guy that's maybe the most relaxed, and maybe his headspace is in a place that's the most positive it's been since he's been a Boston Red Sox?
Well, I know a lot about Latino music. I don't know much about American music, but hold on. Are you guys there? Yeah. I don't know much about American music, but in his walk-up song on the first at bat, I know the lyrics go like, "Look who's back," and that tells you a lot. Like when that happens, the kid, he works, man. He's not lack of work. He's just bad luck, right? Like he's been hurt, like broken. Surgery, and then the shoulder, elbow surgery, then shoulder surgery. Man, it's major freaking injuries, right? And I hate when they say he's injury prone, man. He's just bad luck, right? And now the way he's swinging the bat, the way he plays defense is fun to watch. And watching those two moving around over there, and the communication factor has been great. And you guys know the athlete, man. He can run too, and so far it's been great.
And it makes a lot of sense that before the season, Alex Bregman, who's also playing his ass off these days, told us that Trevor Story might be the most important player to the Red Sox offense as well, and we're seeing it bear fruit right now. Speaking of offense, Alex, it feels to me like Jarren Duran is on the verge of really heating up. He's got a base hit in 9 straight games. How important is it for him to be the catalyst to this offense really getting going?
I mean, you saw it yesterday. Polanco hits a homer. They get the bases loaded. We get the double play, and then he's the triple down the line. Rafi hits a sac fly, and it's just energy for a group. And he doesn't feel great at the plate, which is, you said it. Nine game hitting streak. I wish I didn't feel great and hit in 9 games in a row. That never happened. I never felt great, but. One of the things right now, and you can see it, yesterday he was able to pull the ball, right? And last year, that's something he did with power. Right now, he's hitting the ball hard the other way. But when he gets where he wants to be mechanically, then good things are gonna happen. 2 walks, I think it was 2 days ago, which is great. That's always kind of like a good sign for the hitter. And hopefully he can take off and get this going the right way.
Alex, one of the talking points coming out of the game last night was about replay, and that double play in the first inning, and they didn't get it in fast enough, whatever. So I was just wondering your general thoughts. Do you like the replay system? Do you think it's worked the way it should? Are there any changes you'd like to see? What are your thoughts on the replay system you guys use?
I think it's been good. Honestly, I think they can do more, to be honest, right? If we have X amount of plays that we can challenge, you know what? Let's get every play right. That's the way I see it. Obviously, with technology, I do believe it's very possible to accomplish that. But I think since replay was installed, I think it's been okay. It's been good.
Alex, if you'll just indulge me for a second, I'm just curious. So we're out in Lambeau Field. We're doing the show out here from Lambeau. In Wisconsin, Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Patriots draft tomorrow night. The draft is, and they pick up 4th overall. And there's a lot of talk about the Patriots maybe selecting an offensive tackle who from LSU. But the book on him, Alex, is that he's got short arms. And do we draft a guy that's got short arms at that position? And I was just curious if that transfers to baseball. I mean, are there specs, are there measurements that you look at in players at certain positions? And is there anything you can think of in the past where I don't know, a player that was deficient from a physical standpoint was able to overcome it? Because that's what it feels like the Patriots are going to have to do if they draft Will Campbell. Is there anything similar that you can maybe draw from in baseball when it comes to measurements and that kind of stuff with a player?
I bet there's a lot of stuff that goes into that process, right? At the end of the day, I think in this sport, right, there's a lot of capable people that can perform, right, from – Dustin Pedroia to David Ortiz. One thing for sure, when we talk about short arms, here, Alex Bregman, Edgar Martinez, they coming to mind, and they're really really good hitters, right? I mean, they're able to stay inside the ball and do a lot of things with certain pitches. So, yeah, I think this is a sport. It's different than the NFL, different than the NBA. That I think physical attributes, matters, but I truly believe that not as much as those other two sports.
Alex, by chance, did you ever yell "get up" to an injured player that was down on the ground in a game?
From the other side, yeah.
I know there was the whole thing. Joe Mazzulla says that he loves his players, but obviously it's kind of a tough love as well, and it's working for them. Yeah, obviously it's working.
You know what I do now?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have noticed when Rafaela got hit and Bregman, and that was this past weekend. They're over there, and I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm good. Say, you know what you got to do? Sprint to first base. The fan base, they love that, and they actually do. They sprint to first and they get a standing ovation. So that's what we're doing now here.
Awesome, Alex. Before we let you go, I got to ask you, what would it take for you to put the Wally helmet on?
Ooh, you know what it will take. I'll do it. Hopefully at the end of October, I'll do that. And hopefully we can play good baseball and make it to the playoffs and do the cool thing that happens here on Fenway. And if that happens, then I'll do the whole parade with the Wally head. I'll do that.
I love it, but I also love that you wouldn't say the exact words, sort of like not touching the Stanley Cup. You wouldn't say quite
no, we're not.
2 words.
No, we're not.
All right, Alex, appreciate you joining us again this week. Keep that winning streak going, and we'll talk to you next week.